No intros needed, guys. I know we always do the revved up, the intros with Bobby and I doing our whatever it may be, but it is the holiday time, and this is the Christmas edition of the Revved Up Sports Show. Thank you all for being a part of this. Looking forward to a great program that we're going to do right here. Lots in store this evening as we just kind of let the music play. Ain't nothing wrong with that. 6:45, Gina Shaw Knowles will check in. 7:10. Got to get that Eastern thing straightened out. Big Mike McCarthy, of course, he is right there with Heart of Texas Speedway. And then at 7:30, I talked to Ricky Brooks. It's Rodney. I'm flying solo. Bobby's on vacation, so we are doing. I'm going to do this show this evening, and it really is. It's a freestyle type of show right here, where we're just going to go in and what I really want to do tonight. I mean, we're working into the Christmas holiday, and I think what's so important, and I've talked about this a lot of times. I'm not going to preach. I'm trying not to preach. I may do open phone lines on the show tonight, so just kind of hang around. At some point, I may give you guys an opportunity to call in and maybe be a part of the show. I think that would be a lot of fun, to be honest with you. When I say freestyle, because that I think that's a pretty cool thing. So what I want to do is let's celebrate what I'm not sure if we'll do another show before we get to 2023. So I mean, let's celebrate everything that we accomplished this year when it comes to racing and racetracks and everything. I think that this really was a good year for all of us. I mean, everything. I mean, so many of the folks that we've talked to on this show, they have been phenomenal, and we have seen growth with our sport, with short track racing throughout the state of Texas, all the way up to the Gulf Coast. I mean, everything has been so damn good. So damn good, and that's really what I want to talk about this evening, and just celebrate that, because it's been tough sledding. It's been really tough sledding, for a lot of years to really pull this thing together and be able to do what we've wanted to do, and we keep seeing, it really makes me excited that we see racetracks opening up again. So many tracks. Not so much here in Texas, but we see so many racetracks that are popping up again with reopening and all of that. I think that's a great thing, and we see promoters that are doing a really great job to really dive in and build their programs up, and I think that's really what it's all about. It's such a big challenge right now, and I think to the folks that really don't understand that, I mean, that's the biggest part. I mean, for a racetrack promoter right now, that's the worst part, man. I mean, it sucks. I mean, it really sucks to be in that job right now. I mean, because there's so much that goes into what they're trying to do, whether it be rules and all of that. And I think with the folks that we're going to talk to this evening, I mean, with Gina, what she's done there at Mobile, and I know that I'm really proud, and I want to give a big old round of applause and a bell ring to the operation in Texas, to what they're doing. I mean, with the Spurs series there at Houston, I mean, to me, the fact that Houston is operating, I think that's tremendous. And I see that now there's going to be an entry level V8 rear wheel drive 8-cylinder class. I mean, that's what Texas needs. That is exactly what Texas needs, because Texas has been the one where I think, for friends that check into the program from other parts of the country, when you really want to celebrate what you're doing, when you have racetracks open and you're trying to bring racetracks back, learn from us in Texas, because at one point on asphalt, we were really thriving at one point, and now it's one racetrack that's going to be the one that's going to be the savior. And the fact that you have people that are trying to get together and are doing a grassroots effort. I mean, I don't care. I've heard it called grassroots. I mean, whatever. I know that there's a lot of people involved with the Spurs series. and John and all of those folks. But the fact that they are really diving forward, and they've got the racetrack operator there involved, I think that's something that is great, and you have to have that. I mean, you have to have that. They're going to do great things in 2023, and I wish them all the best. And of course, this platform right here is open for that group at any point. I mean, to jump on here and promote and do whatever that we can do to make that better is great. But for my friends on the dirt tracks in Texas, I want to congratulate you on a 2022 that was exceptional. I mean, I think the one thing that I can really pull out of this year for me, when it came to the dirt tracks in Texas, was I saw racetracks converging, trying to work together, and that's always been the hardest part. I mean, that right there, you have to. We talk about egos, we talk about pride, we talk about profits, we talk about all of that. At some point, you got to put that aside. You got to get that out of the way and just try to work together for the betterment of the sport. And that really is what I thought that I saw this year in Texas when it came to the dirt tracks. And I got to tell you, having done that final race there at the race ranch with my man Owen Pittman and Race on Texas, you know what we did, what we were able to pull off with that. I think that right there was one of the best shows that I have seen in a long time, in a very long time. That right there, that was big show. That was big show with what Race On did with the production and everything. I mean, the car count, everything. I mean, it was a lot to pull together. And I think that everything kind of worked out to where it wound up being in the right place. And that really solidified to me with dirt track racing in the state of Texas to cap it off with that one. I think that that really tells you how much that has grown and where the ceiling is with that. There is no ceiling with that. I mean, it's only going to grow and grow and grow. I mean, you've got all the tracks up north. Big Mike's going to come on with Heart of Texas. I mean, their schedule's out. I mean, Marianne at Cotton Bowl. All of that, their schedules are out. Everything is in place. And I think that it's just for 2023, for dirt track racing in the state of Texas, all along the coast, I think that we're in a place to where, I mean, sky's the limit. Sky is the limit. This is the place to where you go in there and you really dive in and make this thing great. I mean, make this thing, keep doing things that are going to be my word, conducive to the sport. And that's where you really have to go in and kind of put the egos and kind of put everything on the backside. This is where we have to go in and do things that are going to be what's best for the sport. And I think that probably we've learned the hard way that we have to work together. And I feel that. I mean, I really feel that, and I think it's in place. And later talking to Ricky Brooks, I think that's something that on the pavement side, with the super late models and all that, working together, that's tough when it comes to dealing with that kind of money and everything that's involved right there. But it's right there, guys. It's right there. I really think that we hit a point in 2022 to where we're going to build this thing together, and that's really what it's all about. That is really what it's all about, to make that happen. And we're on the right path. We are on the right path, guys. I'm super proud of what we all accomplished in 2022 and just making everything real. Speaking of that, let's go to the Lone Star Speed Zone hotline for the first time tonight. You've heard her on the Dirty Air Show on Racing America, and that's again when we talk about making all the cool things that we've been able to pull together in 2022. Pulling her back in, let's do the Texas show. It is my friend Gina Shile-Knowles. Gina, is it cold in Mobile tonight, my friend?
I'm actually in Houston, and it's cold in Houston, but it is cold in Mobile because I still get all the weather alerts, and I got someone there at the house that it's taking care of things for me, and they said it's pretty damn cold there.
No doubt, no doubt, and it is cold here for sure. So, Gina, talk about. I know we've done it before, but talk about 2022 for you. I mean, lots of obstacles and everything, but I mean, you had a super late model race, and you pulled a lot of folks in. And man, I just think that it was a really good year for our team out there at Mobile.
Definitely, it was a crazy year with the weather. We all know that,
Yep.
but. We learned a lot. We came together as a team. We had some serious challenges, and that always makes you learn fast. And I think that was the benefit of what we pulled off. The good part is what we needed to accomplish. We needed to get the attention of sponsors, because that place had some challenges when we reopened it.
Sure.
And sponsors were one of them, and vendors, getting vendors to work with us like Coca-Cola. We've got them on board for next year. I'm so excited about that. We showed that we had staying power. We showed that we're serious about what we're doing, and we want to grow the place. And we brought aboard some great sponsors and continued with Advanced Auto Parts. And I'm just super excited about what we're putting together and what we have for 2023 laid out.
Yeah, I think one of the biggest nights that we had, obviously with the super late model race, but having that night, and the whole thing was that race back in 2018, whenever it was, before our time. But the fact that Bubba Pollard and those guys came out, they got paid, they got done, everything that happened that night. I think that really was the night that we kind of crossed that bridge, and it's like, okay, this is the real deal. And folks started recognizing that after that race.
And the fun part about that, well, first of all, we couldn't have made that happen without Chris Davidson,
Absolutely,
Ricky Brooks. All of it took a lot of convincing people to come back, the racers to come back and explain, it's a new team, it's a different time. And that is working together, and that is people wanting other people to be successful and make things happen, and we needed that. But to be working that race, and I was thanking fans as they were leaving and talking to them, and their faces and their excitement and the things that they said, it really was a game changer for the fans too, to see that. And then we had Aaron's, bringing in all the TVs and our beer garden, and in the middle, the college experience. And it's more of a racetrack, it's more of what they remember it being, and they see us moving in that direction. And that was huge for us. It definitely was.
Yeah. And I think so much of what we've learned, and it happens in Texas as well. I mean, I know that, we're based in Texas, but so much of this is you got to have that homegrown support. And that really is a big thing. And I know even with us at Mobile, so many, we had a lot of Texas guys that would come race with us, and that has to really make you feel pretty good with that bunch.
Oh, it does. It does. I'm from Texas. I miss it tremendously. Had I known that the only thing I was missing when I was running HMP was a penis, because the owner there doesn't like working with women. Had I known that, it would have been a whole different ballgame. But I appreciate it, and I love it when the racers come race with us from Texas. It's home, and Texas has one track left. I'm happy that it's working out. It's great for John, and I'm excited for him. That's good. When there's only one place to race, that's all it was ever about. That's all it was about for when we were doing it. You know that. I know that. We went to the extreme to try to make that place work. And again, I was just missing one small thing. And unfortunately, it didn't work, but it birthed a new direction for me, and I'm excited about it. Mobile is very similar to Houston in a weird way. I can't explain it. It just is.
It's the people. It's the
It
people.
is.
Yeah, I mean, and isn't that the thing? I mean, that's the one thing that I have learned. I mean, Gina, I have been getting stuff in the mail from people in Mobile. I don't know how the hell they got my address. I'm getting shit from Florida. They're sending me stuff, and I mean that really is the thing right there. I don't care if it's in Texas or Alabama, Florida, whatever. I think we really have learned how cool the short track family is with the growth, and me too. I mean, and I help John and the Texas guys when I can. But I tell you, short track racing, it's a hell of a business, isn't it?
It is, and it's family. You know, being around it for so very long, Mobile is very, very much like Meyer Speedway when I was growing up. I have these little flashbacks and remember things that I didn't
Yep.
remember at HMP that I remember when I'm doing stuff at Mobile. And it's very similar and it's very family. And, you know, the people that are mad at you one year are your best friends the next. And I
That's
see
right.
that with the racers all the time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's the same thing. I mean, that happens every place. It seems like with all of that happening. So let's talk about so you with Mobile, and I know
Uh-huh.
I do want to ask you about something new that's coming up, but so you the focus. With the trucks. I mean, the trucks to me, I would always talk about it on Racing America, where that was our track. I mean, because we could pull them in. That's one of the things we had on Pensacola, that people would come race with us in the trucks. Your thoughts on
Uh-huh.
that series right there? I think that I know there's South Alabama races coming up next year. Your thoughts on growing that series?
Um, I really think that's the class that we focus on to bring attention to the track, to bring sponsors around, and it's just a strong class. Honestly, it's kind of one of my favorites. It was my favorite at Houston,
Hmm.
and I've always been a truck person, even like when I was doing stuff for my brother and looking, trying to get sponsors for ride. It was always about the trucks. But in Mobile, I think that, we've got a good count. We've got a good direction for them. We've got some fun, things planned. And it seems to be not a door opener, but it seems to generate more interest for other classes through the trucks. I mean, we brought Rogers Dabbs aboard
Yep.
this year, and it was through what we're doing with the trucks. And
Yep.
we've got a great plan for them. We're going to be announcing here in the next week some, the points fund that's coming out, and the class schedules are coming out. And I think that I think the guys will like what we're doing with the
Mm.
trucks. And it's going to be a progression, no major rule changes. We're taking the trucks to straight crates. It's no secret that's what we're doing. And it's going to be over the next 3 years. So it's not like we're going to say, hey, you have to be running this and right out of the gate. It's not like that. I mean, we're not going to kill the class. We want to grow it. But we're also, giving them something to do that, significant something in the points fund and other things that we're doing with our contingency sponsors.
Yeah.
That also, trickled. I mean, through the trucks, we found sponsors for the Pro Late model with
Mhm.
Rogers Dabbs. So it breeds when you can find what works and you focus on making that work. What you can pull in, you find other ways to make your other classes successful. You have to find what works, and that's what we had. Every other track close to us has kind of a class that they focus on, and that's how I came into Mobile with the trucks, because I felt like that was the way we could focus on what we needed to do, but still play nice with the other tracks, if
Sure.
that makes any sense.
Yeah. Yeah. And I have to say, I mean, with the pro late model thing, I mean, because, in the years, with Houston and Kyle and all that, we had late models and all that. But,
Right.
and I told you from the beginning, I was not the biggest fan of your idea of the pro late models, but damn it, you hit a home run. I mean, talk about that. I mean, putting those late models out there. I mean, that was such that one right there, that had to make you sit back and realize, okay, I've done something well, because man, that was a home run hit right there with what you pulled off there.
Well, you can't do something without other people
Right.
helping you. And
Yep.
and honestly, that came together. The racers brought that together and brought it to me. And it had been, we know that the prolates had been off of my radar because of Texas for so very long.
For sure.
I loved them. That was what Mason raced. That's what my brother raced. And in Texas, they faded out 10 years ago. And so for them to come together, we went to lunch. They said what they wanted to do, and it was exactly what I related to how they wanted. They wanted local Saturday night racing, and that was, preaching to the choir with me. That's exactly what I'm trying to build. Heck yeah.
Right.
I'll run them. Plus, these guys are saying we don't have to have a purse. We want to see if we can do this. Well, yeah, I'm definitely going to do everything I can to make that happen. And like I said, it just started coming together. They started getting stronger, and we were able to secure sponsorship for them. So I'm excited about those guys and what we have with them and the trucks together.
Yeah.
We've got some fun things.
Yeah. Yeah. And speaking of that, I think one of the coolest things, Hercules Foundation Repair, they have jumped on. I mean, South Alabama Speedway, they're dropping their Camaros and all those with their street stocks. And to find a way to incorporate that class into our sportsmen, which they all fall right there in line. It's little things. But
Yep.
I think now that we have that, because that is done, and they're racing for $1,000 to win. I think, isn't it? I mean that right there, that is a game changer in 2023.
Well, when Alan called, he said what he wanted to do, and I was like, man, the sportsman guys are sacred class. They're
Yeah. Yep.
To me they're kind of the sportsman, and the pure stock is kind of the heartbeat of the racetrack. I
Agree.
feel like,
Yep.
and what I mean by that is they're the community. They pull in the fans that are local, and honestly, it's just great watching them. And I just I don't want to, I didn't want to mess up a class or start a new class.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I didn't want to do that. So as we talked more and we looked at different rules, Bo working on them with Denny, and just Ricky's giving us some input.
Yep.
It's just something we're going to open them up, and we're going to find the balance so we can have more. I mean, what does a racer want? Does he want to run against 4 or 5 guys every single race on a half mile? I wouldn't think so. I think a racer wants to race. I think he wants to have competition and kind of put on a better show. And in all honesty, we've got to do that. We have a half mile racetrack, and when you have 6 cars out there or 5 cars or whatever, we need more. So the guys put on a great show now. I think by opening it up and being fair, getting everyone, I want everyone to know that we're not in it to totally change everything. We just have to open up the class to get the car count growing.
Yeah.
There's a lot of opportunity around there to do that, and that's exactly what we're doing with the rules.
Yeah. I think
it's not going to impact them going and racing at 5 flags. It's just opening the class up, making sure it's as level as possible. If there's any challenges, we'll address them.
Yeah.
And it's just getting more car count.
Yeah. I think one of the coolest parts of that, because I was watching that, and Jimmy Hollingsworth, our champ, he was one of the guys. He's like, yeah, let's do this. And all those guys, that's what it's all about. Those guys, they said, we want to grow the car count. Let's make this better. And especially the cool thing is, with Alexander coming in, that's money. And that's a good thing. There's nothing wrong with any of that.
Well, that always, a good sponsor always helps the racing, of course.
For sure.
And having the class sponsors going into next year that we have with Calico Coatings and Pure Stocks, and it is just going to help us overall really get the racing in, get some strong racing, and, focus on putting on an excellent show for the fans. But opening this sportsman class up and getting that car count up, to be able to watch a Camaro race or a Nova race, I mean, really, that's I think in my opinion, I think that's what has kind of been missing. It's that the variances that you get when you watch the
Yeah.
Sportsman Class that this could do.
Yeah.
I feel like it'll be a good thing.
I agree. I've raced those cars, and I'm right there with you on that. So let's talk about SRL. We got a big race on April Fool's Day. We got a super late model race coming back in. You've got the Modifieds of Mayhem. Everything really looking nice. With the regular schedule as well coming up next year.
And again, it's about working together.
That's right.
And honestly, I understand hesitation of people wanting to work with you when the track has been closed. We had to get our footing. We had to, we just had to get up and rolling. We had some facility challenges.
Sure.
And I think we weathered the storm. It was not easy by any means, but we did it. And we are, I feel very good about the place we are in going into next year, and I'm excited about it. It's still, I'm not saying that anything's going to be easy, but I think that the challenges that we face, we have a solid team of people. We have Denny, Bo. We have a lot of people that have been with us consistently at Mobile, and that makes a difference when you're facing challenges on how you overcome them. It's the team and your experience. I mean, Todd. I mean, we have. I'm excited because it is all of us. It's our core. We've been working together. We're strong.
Yeah.
And it makes it easier to weather all of the challenges, and good sponsors too. Like I said, I think we're in a place that we haven't been as far as Mobile goes. And I think back at where we were in the very beginning, and it's scary. It's scary. It wasn't scary to me then when we first started doing this, or we took on Mobile. But I think now at where we were and where we are now, I think, holy cow.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I think the thing is, I think one thing that I do want to kind of dive into before I let you go, Gina, is with this class. I mean, I know with Texans. Come on, we get it. It's hard. It's hard to come up and race. I mean, the money, the fuel, everything. It's not easy. But man, if you have a break in your schedule, just come up and race. Just come.
Yep.
Give us a chance.
I know it's. I know the money. I know.
Absolutely.
And I know that, but I'm always looking. I'm always digging because I know that. I know that they would race with us if the landscape of our country right now wasn't so scary. I get that, but we'll find it. I will always dig. I will always look and try to add as much on it as possible to bring those guys over. So, look at half our guys are from Texas anyway.
Yeah.
So I of course I want the racers to come over. We have Danny that comes over and Mason that comes over. So, I will always look for money to get racers from Texas to come over because it's good racing. I mean, man, we have probably some of the best racers in the South here. That just to watch them sometimes. Texas, Mobile, Florida, it's just some damn good racing. So I know the guys from Texas like to come over there and race for that.
Yep. I agree. Good stuff right there, Gina. Congratulations. What a good year. Thank you for having me on your team. It's been fun. And I think we're going to have a really good 2023. Looking forward to that one.
I'm excited about it.
Yeah.
And just stay tuned for the next few days here. We've got some things coming out. Thanks to Alan. And Hercules, we're looking forward to that. And we've got some news coming out little by little. I'll trickle it out.
Yeah. I think that's the thing for folks. For our friends at South Alabama Speedway, look in your Camaros. Come on, bring them. That's the main thing. I think that's the one thing that folks need to realize. Bring them. We'll figure out a way to make them work. Texas, too. If you have them, bring them, and we'll get you in the race.
Well, we're going to release the rules here probably in the next couple of days, if not tomorrow. And what I want to do when we release them is if anyone has questions or challenges, let's look at it and talk about it because that's what we have to do initially. We have to make it over this hump to make it work. It does no good to, just get upset. You figure out how to make it work so we can have healthy competition. Healthy competition is a great show for the fans.
That's right.
That's what we need to do.
Yeah, that's right. That's exactly right. Gina, be well. Enjoy Christmas in Texas.
I will.
I'm glad you're back. So, you guys have a good time, and we'll talk soon.
All right. Everyone have a Merry Christmas. I appreciate it, Rodney.
You got it. Take care. See you soon.
All right.
All
okay,
right.
bye.
You bet. There she is, Gina Shile-Knowles. Everything that she's doing right there at Mobile, that is a lot of work. A lot of work that she has been able to pull off right there. And like she said right there, I mean, I know. I can totally tell you that it hurts her that she's not running the Texas track. But at the same time, I know that she wishes all the best to the Texas track in Houston, and they're doing really good things. And I know all of that is going to be a really good thing, a very good thing. Stick around. We've got lots more coming up on this Revved Up Sports Show Christmas edition coming up in a bit. Big Mike McCarthy talking about the Enduro coming up and everything Heart O Texas Speedway. Stick around.
Dreams this Christmas, I've made my wish upon that star. The only dream of which my list consists is to always be wherever you are. This year there will be no praying.
Have you heard about the latest and greatest technology being built around the DFW area? Generation Race Cars and JL Racing, located in Springtown, Texas, are now offering top-of-the-line, state-of-the-art Southern Sport mods and limited modifieds. Generation Race Cars and JL Racing can provide new cars, turnkey, complete bodies, shock revalving, and chassis updates, along with providing trackside setup guidance and a whole lot more. If you're looking at competing at a whole new level, call 817-528-2947 and ask for Justin today. You can contact them through the JL Racing Facebook page to learn more about Generation Race Cars. You put a ton of effort into your race program. Now take it to victory lane with GRC.
Hey everybody, Rodney Rodriguez for CRS Suspension. Are you ready to take your racing program into victory lane? Well, if you are, then it's time to call CRS Suspension, the industry leader in handling technology. CRS now solely owned by winning iStock and late model racer Jeffrey Abbey, whose knowledge can do big things for your oval track success. Give CRS Suspension and Fabrication a call today at 325-330-0647 and learn how you can get the shocks and technical guidance that will put you into the winner's circle. You either have CRS shocks under your car or you get outrun by those who do. Choose to win and call CRS Suspension today and follow them on Facebook at CRS Suspension Fabrication.
Okay, with audiovisual consultations, scientific data proves it. Size does matter. The bigger and wider your television is, the better. Football season is here, and the time is now to get your entire audio-video experience tuned up and ready. New flat screens, projection video, Dolby True HD surround, all the goodies at great prices and followed up with great service. So call us at 255-8678, that's 255-8678, or on the web at avconsultations.com.
Have you heard about the latest and greatest technology being built around the DFW area? Generation Race Cars and JL Racing, located in Springtown, Texas, are now offering top-of-the-line, state-of-the-art Southern Sport mods and limited modifieds. Generation Race Cars and JL Racing can provide new cars, turnkey, complete bodies, shock revalving, and chassis updates, along with providing trackside setup guidance and a whole lot more. If you're looking at competing at a whole new level, call 817-528 888-2947 and ask for Justin today. You can contact them through the JL Racing Facebook page to learn more about Generation Race Cars. You put a ton of effort into your race program. Now take it to victory lane with GRC.
Happy holidays, friends. It is the Revved Up Sports Show. A big thanks right there to Gina Shile Knowles checking in, talking about all the cool things happening at Mobile. I like this. Holiday festive. It's getting cold in Texas. Really cold. I messaged a good friend of mine in Washington, Ashton Sellers, and she said, you think it's cold there? We're going to be minus 13. Yeah, okay. So that's cold. That is way cold. Coming up, Big Mike McCarthy is going to join us as we talk about Heart of Texas Speedway. Everything coming up there with them, and we'll talk with him about the got an enduro coming up, and we're jumping in right now. Big Mike, my man, how you doing?
Hey, how's it going, Rodney?
Doing well, sir. Doing well. Are you staying warm?
Oh yeah, I'm doing good.
Oh, that's good. That's good. So let's talk about the off season. Talk about this year at Heart of Texas Speedway. Another great year right there. You guys hit it out of the ballpark as always.
Well, we had a really good year. Had some good partners help us get that year kicked off. We had a bunch of series come in over the course of the year, and then we crowned 6 champions of our weekly races. Had a great enduro race, which we got a enduro coming up here in February.
Yep.
Yeah, it was an action-packed year for sure.
Yep, no doubt. So, Mike, let's talk about that. I mean, for you, I mean, when you're putting all of this together, I mean, because you guys every Friday night, I mean, that has to be a lot that goes into that to build that schedule, and it's out, man. A lot of racetracks, it's like once a month, but every Friday night in Waco.
Well, that's what we've done for over 50 years at Heart of Texas Speedway.
Yes, sir. So
Yeah.
with the enduro, let's talk about that one. I mean, that's going to be the first one out of the box. Talk about that. That's going to be a great night.
February 11th, Saturday. It's actually going to be during the day.
Yeah, that's right. During the day.
Races will start at 250. It is the Big Chill 250. Last year we had 49 cars start the race. Great enduro race. Paid $2,500 to win. Paid more than $1,000 for the top 4 or 5 spots. So
yep.
We had some guys come down from Iowa. I think took first and second place, but it was a heck of a race.
Yeah. So talk about some of the rules for that. I mean, it's one of those things to where, I mean, just bring a car, just come on out and race.
Well, we want to make sure you got a safe car.
Yep.
2 years ago, I had to tell somebody whose car wasn't quite up to safety standards, get you a safe car, look at the rules. We use the same rules as the Lone Star 600. In fact, those guys help us run the race. Brad Dixon and Jack Barfield, they come to the race. I think Jack's son raced in the race, and Brad actually helped out with the officiating of the race last year at Heart of Texas Speedway. So we're consistent. We guarantee our purse that we have posted on our website, and I look forward to there being more than 50 cars start that race on February 11th.
So how cool is that you do that? I mean, in the off season, I mean, you're doing that when a lot of people are taking off, and you still get a massive car count. That is super cool.
Well, we don't quite get the car count that the 600 does with a 2-day race.
Well, for sure.
But we want to give these drivers who want to travel a little bit another place to race with the same rules and the same scoring procedures, same, you know, top to bottom, just like the Lone Star 600 guys put on. I've attended the Lone Star 600 every year for the last 6 years, and in fact, I participated in it. I enjoy it so much.
Yeah.
I stepped away, and now I'm helping that endurance racing community have a place to do that. That's local.
Yeah, and Mike, I think that's a great point that you bring up right there. I think for a lot of guys, I mean, myself included, I mean, if I had a car, I would love to go out and do that. And the 600, this really is a chance for guys that may have cars sitting around just doing nothing. I mean, go out there and get a taste of it. Go out there and race again. I think that's the biggest thing about one of these shows.
Yeah, absolutely. We didn't have a single caution last year. We went green to checkered, and I tell you, those endurance races, guys are really looking to take care of their equipment and finish the race. So they give a little bit more than your every weekly Friday night or Saturday night race. You got guys who are wanting to finish the race and not quite racing as hard, but looking to make it to the end.
Yeah, that's right. So, Mike, I do want to ask you. I mean, let's talk about that presentation there with Heart of Texas. I mean, because I've been there on Friday nights. That's a lot. I mean, between Jerry and the staff and yourself, man, that is a lot. It is every week. You're just sitting there racing the damn weekly show. That is hard to find these days.
Well, we start off. We've been doing it for the last 50 years. We're not going to change if it's working. The local guys like to come with the local classes, the outlaw street stocks, the factory stocks, the sport mods, the IMCA stock cars. We got a little change this year. We're going to an outlaw modified.
Oh wow!
With the rules that the Tom Series runs.
Oh nice.
Every other Friday night with the modifieds, and then offsetting those weekends, we'll be running the Junior Limiteds again, sponsored by Spillman Excavating.
Yeah, that's a good thing right there, and I'd love your thoughts on that class. I mean, everything that we have watched with that class, it seems like to me, for me as a observer, to see folks that want to race a dirt track, you want to be a dirt track racer, start in that class. And man, what a growth that's been. That you got a lot of really good race car drivers in that class.
We actually did something for the drivers, that the Junior Limited drivers, that helped them out a lot. We were looking for something that would help them get familiar with all the little details. And we had a driver's clinic. We got we got a Dean Abbey, a racer that's raced out of the Waco and Fort Worth area. We got Keith White, who's raced forever, myself, Spillman, and we talked to these young drivers and gave them insights about procedures and flags, and then we got them on the track and we talked to them over their receiver and had them adjust their driving style. And we're planning on doing this driver clinic again for the Junior Limited. And it really helped out. The racing got better and better as the year went on, with feedback. And they had, somebody to work with that they could ask these guys questions all year long. And you could tell that that class got real competitive throughout the year.
Yep. No doubt. So, Mike, for folks wanting to be a part of the Big Chill Enduro 250, where do they go? How do they sign up? And all the details on that one more time.
All the racing schedule for the entire year is loaded at hotspeedway.com. Click on the schedule. It'll come up. It'll bring up a My Race Pass link where you can register for the Big Chill, and you can register your car for the entire year if you want to run a weekly class. We are having the IMCA Lone Star Stock Car Tour March 8th and 9th, which is a Wednesday and Thursday. So we're kicking off our weekly normal, I would say normal type of classes on a Wednesday night this year. That Lone Star Stock Car Tour is starting at Kennedale, moving to Devil's Bowl Speedway, and then finishing with 2 nights at Heart of Texas Speedway. There's more information about that at hotspeedway.com and on Facebook at Lone Star Stock Car Tour.
That's right. Always a good thing right there. The best show, I think, on a Friday night. I mean, that's what you do. Looking forward to that Enduro, my friend. Keep doing it. Keep doing it, and we'll
absolutely. Hey,
yep.
Just real quick.
Yeah.
I was up at the track. I was up at the track today,
for sure,
and I'm working on the final details with a sponsor at the track, Turner. Jim Turner Chevrolet from McGregor, Texas, is going to be signing on with Heart of Texas Speedway as a major sponsor at the racetrack. So y'all get out there and see Derek at Jim Turner Chevrolet.
Oh, man, that's a good thing. And, I mean, I do want to ask you, Mike, I mean, the one thing is with Heart of Texas Speedway, I mean, the most loyal fans in the state of Texas. I mean, they come out all the time, and there's so many people that just love this racetrack. It's one of the best in the state of Texas.
I couldn't agree more. I really enjoy watching the races. I raced there for a long time. Couldn't wait to get there on a Friday night to be sliding that car into the corner and racing against some really good competition.
Yep.
And the drivers are the guys who race there and have been there a long time. They're hard to beat, but man, they put on a good show.
That's right. Looking forward to a great 2023, and Enduro will blow it out of the water as we get closer because it's coming up. Way to go, my man. We'll talk soon, my brother.
All righty. I hope to be seeing Rodney in the announcer's booth some this year.
Yeah.
Is that going to happen?
Yeah, it's going to happen. It's going to happen, my friend.
Awesome.
I will definitely be there. We'll definitely do that. I love Waco. Good times, my friend.
All right, man.
All right, buddy.
Well, if anyone's got any questions, my phone number is on the website. Get a hold of me, whether it's questions about the classes that we're running, the schedule, the rules. If you got anything, give me or Selby Holder a call. We'll be glad to take your calls and answer your questions.
That's right. That is exactly right. Well done, my friend. We'll talk soon. I'll see you soon, my buddy.
All right, Rodney. You have a good one. Merry Christmas.
Yep. You too. Take care. Be well. There he is. Bye. That is the man, Big Mike McCarthy, Heart of Texas Speedway. It's going to be a great show. That Big Chill Enduro 250 coming up there in Heart of Texas Speedway. Kind of one of those shows that kind of gets you fired off. February 11th, $2,500 to win. Like he mentioned, it's not quite the Lone Star 600, but a pretty damn good prelude to where you can dive in there and get them enduro cars out there and go do some racing. Stick around. Coming up, we're going to talk to the man, Ricky Brooks, as we continue rolling on Christmas edition of the Revved Up Sports Show. Happy holidays, my friends. CRS Suspension. Are you ready to take your racing program into victory lane? Well, if you are, then it's time to call CRS Suspension, the industry leader in handling technology. CRS now solely owned by winning iStock and late model racer Jeffrey Abbey, whose knowledge can do big things for your oval track success. Give CRS Suspension and Fabrication a call today at 325-330-0647 and learn how you can get the shocks and technical guidance that will put you into the winner's circle. You either have CRS shocks under your car or you get outrun by those who do. Choose to win and call CRS Suspension today and follow them on Facebook at CRS Suspension Fabrication.
Have you heard about the latest and greatest technology being built around the DFW area? Generation Race Cars and JL Racing, located in Springtown, Texas, are now offering top-of-the-line, state-of-the-art Southern Sport mods and limited modifieds. Generation Race Cars and JL Racing can provide new cars, turnkey, complete bodies, shock revalving, and chassis updates, along with providing trackside setup guidance and a whole lot more. If you're looking at competing at a whole new level, call 817-528-2947 and ask for Justin today. You can contact them through the JL Racing Facebook page to learn more about Generation Race Cars. You put a ton of effort into your race program. Now take it to victory lane with GRC.
Repair and service shop in Cedar Park and Central Texas. It's Computer Age Automotive. Does not matter, domestic, foreign, hybrid, whatever it is, your auto repair and service. Mr. Gilbert Simmental and his great staff there at Computer Age Automotive, they will be the answer to whatever your problem may be. They've been doing it for 35 years, so that tells you something right there. Check engine light diagnostic, computer reprogramming, computer flashing, computer calibration. Doesn't matter, even the diagnostic stuff. Body control systems, engine control systems, power and battery systems. They have the answer for you. ASE certified mechanics. You drive a diesel, they can take care of that for you as well. It's Computer Age Automotive, the Simmentals. Great folks. Hey, they're racing folks, so you know that they can get stuff done. Been doing it for 35 years and still going strong in good old Cedar Park, Texas. It's ComputerAgeAutomotive.com. Tell me you heard about it right here on the Revved Up Sports Show and Revved Up ATX.
Hi, this is Tom McKay with Audiovisual Consultations. Scientific data proves it. Size does matter. The bigger and wider your television is, the better. Football season is here, and the time is now to get your entire audio-video experience tuned up and ready. New flat screens, projection video, Dolby True HD surround, all the goodies at great prices and followed up with great service. So call us at 255-8678. That's 255-8678 or on the web at avconsultations.com.
Christmas edition of the Revved Up Sports Show. Rodney Rodriguez, I'm flying solo tonight. Bobby Chaffee on his way back from Orlando. Man, good stuff tonight. Talking to Gina Shile Knowles with everything she is doing there at Mobile with the Gulf Coast Racing Series. The brand new rebranded Sportsman Series is what that's going to be called at Mobile. Allowing the Camaros and the Novas and all that in, I think that's going to be a really good thing there for that, because here's the backstory on all of that. So South Alabama Speedway, they dropped that class. And I think for the Texans, that's one thing that you all can kind of figure out with the new class coming up at Houston. It they got a pure stock, an entry level class right there that Houston is going to be working on. This is what the whole consensus with Hercules Foundation Repair, Alan Alexander, he said, you know what? I want these Camaros. I want the Camaros. I want the Novas. I want to consume all of these into what is the sportsman class. And the sportsman class, the sportsmen are like what we had back in San Antonio back in the days. I mean, it was the Monte Carlos, all that, the coil spring cars. I mean, this right here gives the leaf spring cars a chance to go race on the half mile, and I think that that's something that's really going to be good over there. I think that I'm excited. I think that's going to be really cool, and looking forward to that there at Mobile as we get rolling into that Hercules street stock sportsman class, whatever you want to call it. That's a big deal. And that's a good thing. So let's dive back in for the final time tonight on our Christmas edition of the Revved Up Sports Show. To the hotline we go, the Lone Star Speed Zone hotline, talking to one of my favorite people to talk racing with. It is my man, Ricky Brooks. Ricky, how we doing, sir?
Good. How you doing, Rodney?
I'm doing well, sir. Thank you for taking the time to dive in to the program tonight here in Texas. First of all, Freedom Factory, man, that looked like a big success over the weekend.
It could not have gone any better.
Love
To have that many cars show up for a test session was just unbelievable. Like I said, it could not have went any better at all.
Yeah. And how cool is that, Ricky? I think the thing is, I mean, we like to call it the off season, but there really isn't an off season. But man, to have all those folks show up there for what you're looking to do with that series, because I think that's one of those where kind of nip it in the bud before it gets out of control. That really had to be a cool thing for you.
Yeah. It's just to have that many cars, like I said, show up. Everybody appreciative. The people at the Freedom Factory, they were awesome to deal with. And it's been a long time coming, but it's here.
Yeah, no doubt. And one of the things that I love, Ricky, what you're doing with everything that you're doing. I mean, you're finding the places. I mean, when you came and raced with us at Mobile with the late models, that you're finding the places that people forget about and bring them back to life. I mean, that's really kind of the coolest part right now.
Yeah, it's just to see the people appreciate what you're doing and everything that went on down there this weekend. I mean, it's really unbelievable.
Yeah. So let's talk about SRL National. Your schedule is out, and obviously there are a couple of series right there going toe to toe. But it's I don't want to say cutthroat, but it is. But to be able to do what you're doing, it's got to be pretty cool for you to grow that SRL and make that one of the top notch series in the country.
I mean, you can call it what it is. It's a little cutthroat, but I'm up for the task. I'm not backing down. We got a good product, and we're going to continue to do what we do.
Yeah, and with that, Ricky, I mean, how has that changed? For you, over the last few years, to sit there and watch this thing grow out. I mean, we had snowballs and all this stuff, but now to watch this kind of become NASCAR. I mean, it a lot of folks say with super late models, it's kind of NASCAR-ish to where it's a lot. It's a lot.
I wouldn't go as far as saying it's NASCAR. We're just wanting to put on good short track events, and we know the track's got to survive with us.
Yeah, that's right. So the biggest thing for you, I mean, talk about some of the guys. I mean, I met there at Mobile. I met a couple of the guys right there with SRL. You have partnered with some really good folks that know how to make things happen. Talk about Brian and everybody that's a part of your team.
Brian and Larry both, they're really good people. To be honest with you, partnering up with them just proves to me I don't need to be in bed with snakes anymore.
Wow. Yeah.
They do a good job on their own, and just what we're doing together is unbelievable.
Yeah, and I think the whole thing is, Ricky, with those guys. I mean, they've done this for a long time. I mean, they've done this on the West Coast. I mean, they have made this a great series, and now they are making this more conducive for people to just be a part of what needs to happen. I think in short track racing.
Absolutely. Everything we're doing is for the racers, and we're just going to continue to grow what we think's best.
Yeah. Yep. So let's talk about that new schedule that you guys put out. Obviously, you're coming back to Mobile with us, and we love that. But I love what you're doing, because for you guys, I mean, that really is that's a cross country series that you guys have put together.
Yeah, it goes from coast to coast. It's a true national schedule.
Mm-hmm.
So the hype's already building for the showdown in January for Irwindale. I'm hearing we got 3 or 4 so far coming from the east to go out there and race. Hopefully that grows some more, and then on to the Rattler from there.
Yeah. So how cool is that? I mean, for you, I mean, we're racing in January. I mean, back in the day, we'd start racing in March. To get going at Irwindale, that right there, that is kick ass to me. That you're starting in mid-January.
Yeah, January 20th and 21st to be exact. We'll have an optional test day on the 19th, and we'll kick it off and full steam ahead.
Yep, I agree. So one of the things I do want to talk about, I mean, the Rattler. I mean, that's one of those. I mean, you got the Snowball, and you got all those races, All American 400, all of those. But to acquire that one to be a part of your sanctioning body, that's in your fold. To pull that one in, that man, that's huge. That is a big one, Ricky. That is massive.
Well, I've been friends with the family for a long time, and yes, it's very huge. As a matter of fact, the Pro Late models at the Rattler will have Roger Dabb Chevrolet on the windshields of every car.
Love it.
So that's big, and we got some purse announcements that's going to be coming out in the next couple of weeks for the pros and the supers. The Rattler will probably it should be bigger than any Rattler before. The purses are going to be great, and there's a lot of people are going to be surprised with what's going on with the Rattler, what's shaping up to be the best Rattler.
Yep.
Not only that, Rodney, but you're going to be there announcing it.
What? Say what?
Yep. I got it pulled off. You're going to be there to do all the announcing for all the sponsors.
Are you kidding me?
No, sir. You're going to be the man at South Alabama Speedway that weekend.
Okay. I'm not speechless often, but that man, Ricky, you are the man. You are the man, my friend. That man, that is wow. Thank you. Man, that's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. That's going to be really awesome. Damn.
It's going to be a good weekend.
Yeah.
Really good weekend.
Yeah. I would. Sorry. Yeah, I would say so. And I mean, let's talk about that race. I mean, that really is. I mean, it is so huge, and it doesn't matter if it's SRL. Doesn't matter whoever is doing whatever. That is. That's one of the biggest races in the country, and you're pulling that off.
Yep, it's going to happen. So get your suitcase ready.
I'm packing. I am packing it up, my friend. Well, shit, Ricky, you kind of threw my whole show off right here, my man. All right. Thanks a lot, dude. But
after the race at Mobile, everybody told me that how good of a job you did, and I knew it because I was standing right there beside you, and so couldn't find a better fit.
Well,
but you'll work alongside with Ryan there, but still, you two will work together just fine.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. Yeah, I love that. That's really cool. And shit, I'm packing my shit. That's a good thing. That is a good thing. But Ricky, so I do want to, before as I catch my breath here, I do want to talk about that sportsman class. I think that's one to where it's at a point right now to where we need to pull that thing in. And I love what you're doing because you're pulling this thing in and trying to make it to where it doesn't get out of control like everything else has.
We've worked very hard on the rule book over the last, I'm going to say 6 years, even when Steve Dorr owned it.
Yeah.
We worked hand in hand together. and it's grown and it's going to grow more. I've got some people coming on board this year to help me out with it, and hopefully we'll get even more and more. We got our banquet coming up on the 18th, and there's going to be a lot of people surprised at the stuff that's given away at the banquet, just for the banquet. And then we're very excited about starting the season in January at Freedom Factory.
Yep.
We're going back to Auburndale, Citrus, Mobile, and we'll end our season at the Freedom Factory October 28th.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm excited for this year for that deal.
So Ricky,
I believe it's going to be better than it was this year.
I agree. How
if
many?
That's possible.
Yeah. How many folks have you had reaching out to you about what you're doing with that when it comes to the sportsman? That I know that's a tough class. Have you had a lot of folks that say, I've got a car sitting out here, I want to race? Have you had a lot of folks that reach out that say, I'm glad, I want to be a part of that?
Yeah, this year we opened it up a little bit to 2x3 front clips because there's a lot of that stuff just laying around.
Yep.
And with a small weight penalty, 25 pounds, which isn't nothing. So I know of 3 more cars right now being built just because of that, because they had stuff sitting around.
Yeah. No, that's awesome.
So
that's
I like I said, I look to have 40 cars at the Freedom Factory, the first event.
Yep. So are you still doing Trans Am? Is that something you're doing in 23? What a great weekend I had at COTA. I had a great fucking time. Sorry to say that word. I had a great time being a race fan. That was so cool.
Yes, I will be back at Trans Am. We got 19 events scheduled between the East Coast and the West Coast. So I'll be doing those, and then I'll be doing the Southwest Tour out west.
Yep.
SRL National back east, and then the SRL Sportsman Series too.
Yep. Have to ask you, did you ever sit back with everything with Snowball? That's your race, in my opinion. Did you ever sit back with everything that was going on there and just kind of do this and kind of shake your beard and say, "Come on, guys, figure out what you're doing there this year"?
I had enough people letting me know enough about what was going on, and it's fine. Yeah,
no, my man, that's super awesome. Ricky, thank you for coming on, and actually thank you for the great news. Had no idea. I'm packing my shit. I will be at the Rattler. That is going to be a great.
Absolutely,
it's a great weekend.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Congratulations on everything that you're doing right there with SRL, and looking forward to seeing you soon, my friend.
Yes, sir. After the first year, hopefully we'll be able to announce some purse stuff, and we can do it right here.
That's right. We will do it here anytime you want, my man. Just let me know.
All right. Thank you. Merry Christmas.
Take care. You too. There he is, Ricky Brooks, the man, talking about all the great things SRL and shit, knocking me off my perch right here. So we're going to take a little bit of a break because wasn't expecting that. This is hashtag Real Race Talk. It is the Revved Up Sports Show. You guys hanging around, we'll sign you off and send you to Christmas. It's coming up.
Santa Claus pulled up, come get the loot. You better been watching what you do. None of that list you got, they gon' come through. Are you being good, haven't you? Santa Claus pulled up, come get the loot. You better been watching what you do. None of that list you got, they gon' come through. You being good, haven't you? I'm not trying to put demons in your mind. I just wanna wish you a good night. Hope you get the cream.
Have you Heard about the latest and greatest technology being built around the DFW area? Generation Race Cars and JL Racing, located in Springtown, Texas, are now offering top-of-the-line, state-of-the-art Southern Sport mods and limited modifieds. Generation Race Cars and JL Racing can provide new cars, turnkey, complete bodies, shock revalving, and chassis updates, along with providing trackside setup guidance and a whole lot more. If you're looking at competing at a whole new level, call 817-528-2947 and ask for Justin today. You can contact them through the JL Racing Facebook page to learn more about Generation Race Cars. You put a ton of effort into your race program. Now take it to victory lane with GRC.
Your neighborhood auto repair and service shop in Cedar Park and Central Texas. It's Computer Age Automotive. Does not matter, domestic, foreign, hybrid, whatever it is, your auto repair and service. Mr. Gilbert Simmental and his great staff there at Computer Age Automotive, they will be the answer to whatever your problem may be. They've been doing it for 35 years, so that tells you something right there. Check engine light diagnostic, computer reprogramming, computer flashing, computer calibration. Doesn't matter, even the diagnostic stuff. Body control systems, engine control systems, power and battery systems. They have the answer for you. ASE certified mechanics. You drive a diesel, they can take care of that for you as well. It's Computer Age Automotive, the Simmentals. Great folks. Hey, they're racing folks, so you know that they can get stuff done. Been doing it for 35 years and still going strong in good old Cedar Park, Texas. It's ComputerAgeAutomotive.com. Tell them you heard about it right here on the Revved Up Sports Show and Revved Up ATX. All right, friends, great program here that we have had tonight, the Revved Up Sports Show Christmas edition. Thanks to all the great folks checking in, Gina Shile Knowles, Big Mike McCarthy, and Ricky Brooks. Thank you all for the text. Never thought I'd call the Rattler. But we'll deal with that. Seriously, guys, it really is the time of year to where we need to dig in and just be holiday festive. I mean, there's my fucking Merry Christmas. So, sorry about that. That's kind of the only way that I can put that. But I mean, thank you. I mean, thank you to everyone involved with that. That's a pretty cool thing. The phone's kind of blowing up here, but yeah. Look, yes, I will be at the Rattler, and I'll call that weekend. So really, yeah, but. Guys, we're into holiday weekend, and this really is. I do want to tell each and every one of you that have been checking in on the show throughout the years, years. I mean, because this show has been going on for a long time. This show is all about you guys. And I think that as we get into the holiday spirit of everything, I mean, let's just all kind of be cool. Let's kind of take a seat back and just enjoy the spirit. It's all about today. I held the door open for a nice lady at a store, and she walked up to me and she's like, "Thank you." And I don't know what she's going through, but I felt something that to me. Hold the door open, smile at somebody that you don't know, shake somebody's hand that just may be walking by you. It's the holiday spirit. Let's put the racing thing aside. Let's quit laughing at my Dallas Cowboy things. Let's just enjoy this time of year. I mean, that's what we need to do. That's what we need to do. And guys, I truly, all the messages. I mean, thank you so much. I appreciate each and every one of you. It's that's why we do with Bobby and I with this show. That's why we do what we do, because it's all about you guys. It's all about the racing spirit. It's all about the racing community. It's all about just being our racing people. And I really do. As we sign off here for the final time before, or as I sign off for the final time before, I'm thrown off here, guys. For the final time before we go to Christmas, guys, I love you all. I appreciate you. Thank you for making the Revved Up Sports Show what it's become. A shit show that people sit there and watch every Monday night. Guys, Merry Christmas. God bless each and every one of you. And I'm going to let this song play, guys. We'll see you on the other side. It is #Real Race Talk from Texas, the Revved Up Sports Show. I'm Rodney. See you soon.